The storm outside had been raging for hours, but it wasn't the thunder that pulled Nathan Reed awake. It was the sound of a trembling, desperate knock at his front door. For a moment he lay frozen in the darkness, heart pounding, wondering who could possibly be out in the cold at this hour. His life had been quiet for months, painfully quiet after losing both his job and his sense of direction. Nights were long, heavy, and empty, but something about that knock, uneven, scared, almost pleading, felt different, as if fate itself had arrived soaked in rain and fear. When he finally opened the door and saw the young woman shivering, eyes red from crying, clutching her thin jacket against the freezing wind, he knew instantly that whatever this was, it was going to change everything. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and humanity, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support truly keeps stories like this alive. Nathan hesitated at the threshold, staring at her as the rain dripped from her hair onto the porch. Her name was Mara Hayes, a stranger to him, and yet there was something painfully familiar in the brokenness on her face. She apologized in a voice barely above a whisper, explaining that she had run from a dangerous situation and had nowhere else to go. The streetlights behind her flickered in the storm, casting long shadows that made her look even smaller, as though the night itself was trying to swallow her. Nathan had spent months avoiding people, shutting himself off after being let go from the small construction company he dedicated years to. He had begun believing that he had nothing left to offer the world. But looking at Mara, fragile, terrified, alone, he felt a forgotten instinct stir inside him. The instinct to help, to protect, to do something meaningful again. He led her inside, and as she stepped into the warm glow of the living room lamp, Nathan noticed the bruises around her wrist, faint but unmistakable. She didn't tell him the full story immediately, only that she had escaped someone who should have cared for her but didn't. Her voice wavered each time she spoke, as if she feared her own words might summon the past back to the present. Nathan gave her a blanket and warm tea, listening carefully, not pressing, letting her speak at her own pace. The storm outside felt strangely symbolic, violent, chaotic, much like both of their lives had become. Nathan felt an unexpected ache in his chest, a mix of empathy and sorrow for not just her suffering, but for the way his own pain had kept him isolated for so long. As the night went on, Mara opened up piece by piece. She had recently moved to a small town outside Denver, hoping for a fresh start, but the person she trusted had turned controlling, unpredictable, and eventually dangerous. Tonight, things escalated. She finally found the courage to slip out when he wasn't watching, leaving with nothing but her thin jacket and the hope that someone, anyone, might help her. She had knocked on 2 doors before Nathan's, but no one opened. Her voice cracked when she told him she had almost turned back, believing she didn't deserve help from anyone. Nathan felt his throat tighten at that because he recognized that feeling too well. For the first time in months, Nathan felt purpose bloom again. He insisted she stay the night, assuring her she was safe. As she slept curled on the couch, illuminated softly by the lamplight, Nathan sat quietly on the opposite chair, watching the rain blur against the windows. He thought about how quickly life could collapse, how fragile people could be, and how much strength it took for someone to ask for help. He admired Mara for that strength, something he himself had been unable to muster in his own struggles. The weight of the storm outside matched the heaviness he had carried in his chest for so long, yet tonight, for the first time, he felt that weight begin to lift. Over the next few days, Nathan helped her make calls, talk to local support services, and connect with a safe shelter. Mara was hesitant at first, feeling guilty for burdening him, but he reassured her that helping her was giving him something he didn't realize he needed, a reason to care again. They spent hours sitting on the old couch, discussing their past mistakes, shared fears, and small hopes for the future. In helping her rebuild her sense of safety, Nathan slowly rebuilt his own sense of worth. Her courage inspired him, and his kindness gave her the stability she had been desperately searching for. When Mara finally moved into a safe housing program, she promised Nathan she would never forget what he had done for her. Her gratitude was quiet and sincere, but for Nathan, the real transformation came later, weeks after she left. When he realized he felt alive again, he started applying for new jobs, volunteering at local centers, even reconnecting with people he had pushed away during the darker months. Helping one stranger had awakened something in him he thought he had lost forever. Hope. Maybe even something close to faith. Months later, on a crisp spring afternoon, Nathan received a letter from Mara. She wrote that she was healing, slowly but steadily, and that she was studying to become a counselor for others dealing with trauma, wanting to be the same lifeline for someone else that Nathan had been for her. She told him he had changed the trajectory of her life by opening his door that night, and she hoped he understood how deeply his kindness mattered. Nathan felt tears in his eyes as he folded the letter, realizing that sometimes life changes not with grand gestures, but with a single knock at midnight. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your engagement helps these emotional stories reach those who may truly need them. Before you leave, comment below. Do you believe one act of kindness can change a life?